my friends. I'm Anastassia and I am launching my new program for the art lessons for everybody who want to start painting. And I believe so. It's never too late. You can be 5 years old, you can be 8 years old, you can be older, and you can be any age. First of all, my mission is to teach you to have the right approach to painting and to the way how to express yourself, because for me art is something what you don't see in the first place, but you're the witness of somebody else who will deliver the message to you. So you have to rather shoot the messenger or love it or try to do what that messenger did. So I think that we all can. It doesn't matter what your skills are right now. So I will start from the beginning, which is the part of my program, and I teach that in schools of California, and now I do private lessons because we moved 2 years ago to Nevada, and my lessons will be part of the Nevada Marketplace mall, which has a lot of artists under their umbrella. So first of all, I just want to introduce you to my materials for today. So what we're gonna have this very simple set of the acrylic painting, and we're gonna have the water to clean our brushes, and set of brushes, which is gonna be the bigger one, size like that, the medium size, and few thin ones for details. We will start with the Crayola pen or any pencil, whatever you like, what is easier for you. We will have the paper where we're gonna paint. We can paint, I will show you that you can see it better. I have my easel, but you can put it on the table. My recommendation to start as the professional artist, so to use the easel, but if you feel comfortable to do it on a table, it's up to you. You can always start to paint on easel later if you decided to invest in that. So basically the main thing which is we have to have also, this is just a white plate or piece of paper, which is you gonna use as the professional artists say palette. So palette, it's just a place where we're cooking, the artist cooking place, which is the place where you mix your colors. My idea about first time painting, which is I will show you, to still not work with the colors from the can, but start actually mixing them, because that's what professional artists do. So what we're gonna start first, first of all, I will let you know what we're gonna do for the topic of our painting today. We're gonna learn on this topic how to mix simple colors, not all of them of course in the first time, but just a few of them. So first a topic for our drawing will be sunset, and I have this pretty picture of somebody's photography, which is showing the beautiful sunset, and it's kind of reminding me the picture of Claude Monet, who will be famous to everybody, impressionist, who painted in 19th century the famous artwork, which was the impression, and that was the sunset in England. Very beautiful. And so we will try to do the very beautiful sunset today too. So for that, we're gonna get first our pencil or Crayola, and we will try to do the line of the horizon. I will show you better on my picture what we're doing. So this is basically going to be our horizon line. That's what we need. We're gonna have pretty much, we're gonna divide our picture on two parts. Top will be the sky and the bottom will be the ocean. And if you like, we can put some sand on the bottom. So it will be very simple, but the simplicity of that will be dictated by the very, very hard task, because we're gonna learn how to mix colors. So we can put the sunshine disc like maybe a little bit on the side, so it's not going to be straightforward. So then this is basically our sketch for today. So because we're doing really, really simple work, so that I will just use very simple colors today, and we're gonna accomplish our mission and start with more darker part, which is the darker part will be of course the ocean. What we're gonna do for the ocean, we're gonna mix, just play with that, we're gonna mix some blues, blue color, and we're gonna add some. So I forgot to mention that we actually need to have the napkin. It can be just a paper towel, which is we are gonna use for wiping the color from the brush so that we can go in better color. First of all, I want to mention that if you need the white color, you always have to clean your brush, because otherwise if you put your brush into the white and it already has some color, this is gonna be transmitted to the white. So it's easy make it any kind of color. So what I'm doing, I'm just getting that blue because it's really, really dark. I'm getting this lighter for my ocean. So what I'm gonna do, I will start painting the ocean, and of course our ocean will be lighter to the horizon line and more intensive, more vivid by the middle of the ocean. And we're just gonna leave the line of the shadow of the sunset empty, so we're not gonna put any blue there. So, and I will also add, because white was the good idea, but we can also add a little bit of red in the blue, and that's gonna make the blue purple. Just like that, we're gonna put blue and we're gonna put a little bit of red in that and mix them together and get the very pretty purple, which is purple will be the part of our ocean. And I guess everybody has their own concept of the sunset in your mind, your own picture of it. So I'm just doing what I feel like will be interesting for me, but you can just do darker or use more lighter colors when you add some white. I will just add a little bit more white in my red now, so which is gonna get me some lighter red, and I mix them together with the purple. So then I will show you, I will get this kind of color, which is kind of close to lavender color. And my strokes for the ocean will have the horizontal lining. I also forgot to mention that it's really nice if you fix your paper. You can fix it with the different tools. You can fix this with the rubber band, for instance. I will do the rubber band because this will be easy to keep the paper stable. Otherwise, from your strokes, you're gonna have constant movement of your paper, which is not gonna help you to accomplish your task. Oh, that's much better. Or you can use the pink pen, anything works. Or if you have the actually the pad, like album with your papers, don't take it out right away, so you can use it just the way how it is, attached to the whole entire pad. So then your paper not gonna move. So it's different way. It's all about how convenient that for you. So I'm getting more white color in the blue and getting my darker water colors. Usually, if you notice the ocean, the way how ocean lie out, the lighter colors are also not only far away by horizon, but they also by the shoreline. So for that, I will get some lighter blue color close to my sand part. So far, I was just mixing 3 colors. I was mixing blue, white, and red. And they all make my ocean kind of lavender bluish. And again, when you think about getting closer to horizon, get your colors lighter, so then you can add some translucence to your painting, which will help you to make it look like a 3D picture, even if it still will be 2D, but the ability for you to know how the perspective going farther and how it works in the nature or objects looks lighter because of the air between us when we look forward farther. So I'm gonna add, I still leave the line on the sunshine empty. I'm just gonna add a little bit of red color and white to get closer to the sunset line. That little way, which is sun just mirror in the water, the light. So I'm just gonna get the lighter colors close to the ocean, to the line of the sun shadow. So you will see that when we will work on that little way, the reflection from the sunshine. So far, if you can see, it's blue, red, and white. So what I'm gonna do next, I will add a little bit of orange. So to get the orange, we're not gonna use the canvas orange, we don't need it. We're just gonna use red and yellow. And depends on the proportion. As more yellow we put, the more lighter our orange become. Just like that. So we got the light orange, and then we're gonna use it for the outlining of the sun reflection shadows. And a little bit by the sand line right here. So, and then we can repeat this because sunshine actually not only leave the line for the shadow, it kind of reflect a little bit on the whole entire ocean. So I'm gonna get some orangey colors in the ocean too. So we mix red and yellow, red and yellow, and more intense it's become orange as more red we put in it. So see, I got it like very intense now, just to kind of get some reflection on in my ocean. don't be afraid to get too much red, because you always can. The good thing about acrylic colors that they actually mixable and changeable. It's not like a watercolor. That's why I recommend you to have set of acrylic colors, because they will last longer and help you to avoid that mistakes, which is will really discourage you in the first place, because that's what watercolor will do to you. It's going to make you feel like you can't do anything because it's hard to change anything. But some people really like it. You just need to learn that how to operate without white color, which is kind of harder because you have to work on translucence of your color. Here it's easier because you just mix colors and add some white to make it lighter. So that's my outlining with the orange colors. And then I want to work on sky, because sky of course will be lighter because it's air, and it just has the lighter color of course than water. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just basically will use the same colors I have on my palette, but just add more white in them. So then it's gonna work for my sky. And for the sky, I will work with the different stroke. I will use my brush kind of half diagonal, half vertical way. So we'll try to make my sky looks very translucent. And we will start from the top, because that's where the air will be darker. If you look always on the sky any time of the day just above your head, if you notice, it's always darker because it's more air above your head. And of course the air become lighter when you look closer to the horizon, because it's a lot of air you look through. So basically of the colors I use for my ocean, with lots of white I use for my sky. You can make few clouds if you want, so just leave some room for them. So like for instance I do right now, so that will be my clouds. So I'm not coloring them right away. I'm just gonna leave some space, which is I color later when the painting dry, because acrylic colors has tendency to actually become lighter when they dry. So you have to always think about, if you want really intense color, so you have to really get it darker if you want to get it more vivid, because otherwise when it's dry it's gonna be lighter anyway. So my sky so far was blue with a little bit of purplish. Now I'm kind of going toward redness, so I will add some pink color. Pink, it's gonna be red with white of course. So and then it's kind of gonna be a little bit purplish. So again we change the style for our strokes. If you notice in my ocean they were more horizontal, kind of repeat the water patterns in the ocean. And in the sky, because I want to make it more translucent, I use a little bit different strokes. They are kind of more half diagonal, half vertical. So and then I want to get some orange colors in my sky. So if you remember, we were talking about this before, that to get the orange we can mix yellow and red. So when I mix yellow and red, I also add some white to make it more translucent for the sky, just like that. And because the sun will be here, so I'm going close to the sun, so I'm getting more yellow color in my sky. And we can like a little bit highlight with this our clouds, because they will pick up some color from the sky. So this is what we do for the sky, making that little bit with the strikes of orange color and some pink, of course. The pink is red and white, of course. And let's add some highlights for our sky. And by the horizon line, I just want to clean my brush very well, because I told you before, if you remember, that to keep the white white, we have to always use a very clean brush. And so by the waterline on the horizon, there's gonna be like really light colors. So basically we're trying to show how translucent the air around. So the main point always to cover your paper. So don't leave the white color if you don't need it by the idea and composition. Don't leave it like that, because this always will look like a unfinished work. So we need a little bit more white. So we're gonna get some white from the different box. This little containers are doesn't last very long, so I get the white from different container. And so I want to get also a little bit yellow in that, so I'm getting like really light yellow. This is you're gonna make with white and yellow. That's you're gonna use for outlining on the sunshine. So this is my sun, and just like a nice halo around the sun, I will use that very light yellow. And then I will get a little bit of red in that. So we're gonna get like a very light orange. Mix it very well. So, and then that's gonna be the connection. Connection to that very light halo of the sunshine. And then I can use this color, like a light pink, orangey color, for highlighting all of my clouds, because they usually, if you notice on sunset, they're not really white. They kind of pick up some colors from the sun rays. So, and also I can do the highlights on the ocean with the nice orangey color, and just give me the shadow of the sun on the water line. And then my last very carefully, we have to change the brush and get some smaller brush, because we're gonna do sun right now. So we don't want to spoil our circle for the sun with the big brush. So we need smaller brush, and that's what will avoid the mistakes if you like accidentally didn't do it right, so that you have room for changing your circle for the sun. It's gonna be kind of yellow, but with elements of red, so kind of like outline then with the pink. And then we clean our brush and get more yellow, light yellow with white, and paint inside again. So then that little nip, like a halo of the pink color, will stay on the side of the sun. That's just my trick to make it look more real. And then with the same colors, we're gonna make the shadow on the water. And the shadow kind of, if you notice on sunset, it's kind of spreading on the horizon a little bit too. So then it's kind of gives a nice, beautiful outlining. And we connect our shadow with the water of the ocean. Remember we did a little bit of red on sun disc, so I'm gonna use that too. So because that's kind of the part of the shadow for us. Okay, and just like that, we will finish our shadow of the sun and the water with lots of light yellow, orangey colors to make it looks like in the nature, but not exactly, because we are not actually looking at the real sunset. We just painting from our impression about sunset, which is we probably see in our life not even one time. Who haven't seen sunset which is going behind the ocean? I recommend you just to see a few pictures before you paint so that you get some inspiration. I always remember, because I live a lot and a long time, around 18 years in California, so I always remember sunsets in California, and this is really make me feel nostalgic here in the middle of the winter. So now I just gonna make with few strokes. I will make the sand. For the sand, I will make like really kind of interesting color, which is I'm gonna use a little bit of black. Black is another opposite side of the white. It's really intense, and you don't want to spoil other colors with it, so you always clean it. If you get the black, so clean it before you use another colors. So, and I get black and red and a little bit of blue, just give me like very intense color. And then I will mix it with yellow, so which is kind of make it looks a little bit purpley, but also like a sand, evening sand color. So I need a little bit more white in that. Maybe a little bit of orange. So it's that kind of brownish purple. It's become a little bit too dark as I want, so I'll just get a little bit more yellow on that. So yellow gonna do the job. So see, now it's get the right shade. First of all, it was a little bit too dark, so now I'm getting the right shade of it. So I don't want to make the same color as the ocean. I mean, of course, lighter color for the sand. But because it's the evening, so it's not going to be that yellow like you can see it during the day. It's going to be darker. Just outline a little bit ocean. Just like that. So now I think that because it's almost the end of our hard work, we can make it a little bit prettier with the few highlights. So for the highlights, I will get the smaller brush like that. So what I want to do is want to add few strokes of some intense color, because I was talking about it. The colors, acrylic colors, they dry and they get lighter. So I want to, like, you know, get a little bit more volume in the ocean, make it looks more like a water, and get rid of the white parts, which is here. Actually, I can leave some white spots because this is gonna be like a foam. on the ocean. So we don't have to worry about leaving like too much white spots because they're gonna look like a foam on the top of the waves. So I just wanna get a little bit more character for the ocean with some purplish color. Not too much, because if I will overdo it, so it's gonna be too dark. We still need to show that it's the water, and the water kind of translucent. Not like a sky, but still translucent. So just like that, we're gonna finish our ocean. And then I can work on a foam, because we already have that little spots, which is we can use for the foam. Foam will be like very, very light, with a little bit of yellow on that. So we're gonna get foam right on the end of the ocean. And maybe on that highlights, which usually have not finished, so then it's gonna be like on top of the waves. We have a pretty calm sunset, so we don't have like a lot of waves on the ocean. So we just make the calm evening, nice and beautiful calm evening. And now we can work a little bit on our clouds, so which is I'm gonna do with some light purple color, just to highlight around clouds, so that we have our clouds more visible. And get some more intensity to the sky. And on the top, like we were talking before, the sky usually has more darker colors, so that not exactly like ocean. Always work on contrast. Never make sky darker than the ocean, except it's like the very beautiful sunset, which is highlight the water so badly that you can barely see the water. It's all sunshine. But if it's just a sunset, what we're doing right now, the sky definitely will be dark, lighter than the ocean. So otherwise it's not gonna look like air, it's gonna look like the ocean. So we need to differentiate that, just to get the right impression about the particular places we're working on, so that it's gonna be visible that we work on the ocean or we work on the sky, so then we do it that it looks like anybody can look at your picture and make it the right decision where with the sky and where's the water. So make it easier for your friends and family members, so that they can figure it out what you were working on. And by the sunshine, we're gonna get a little bit highlights with the light orange. It was too translucent before, like I said, because that's what the acrylic colors do. When they dry, they get lighter. So it doesn't hurt to make another layer, which is gonna make your painting more professional. If you just stop on one, so it's sometimes it just looks, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's look like you just drop it and didn't finish your work. And the last, we're gonna work a little bit on clouds and give them a little bit of pink highlight. We already did the yellow, so I want to do like very light pink. They're kind of looking to the same direction, which is usually happens on the sky. That kind of depends on the wind. The clouds kind of, they never stay on the same spot. They're moving. So my clouds are moving to the left hand side, which is will be like west wind. We can fantasize on that. The painting, it's like a meditation. You can think about a lot of different things when you paint, but don't forget to think about your work, because otherwise you're gonna get lost in thoughts and lose the inspiration, and your work will be boring. So you can be not very professional artist, but your artwork shouldn't be boring, because actually painting, it's relaxing and fun. So your work always should be fun, and it has to show that you had fun when you were working on it. This is the main reason we're doing that, because we want to have some fun and learn about how to show people something which is we're really passionate about. I've been doing artwork since I was little, and I never ever gave up on feeling fun and passionate about this, telling my stories and teach art and teach with my artwork, actually, because like I said, the artist delivers something which is somebody haven't seen, and you get inspired by, and you will show that to people, and people who will see that, they're supposed to feel the same way, because you are sharing with them something which is strike your attention, and that's what you want to share. So this is my sky, and I'm kind of thinking about getting a little bit more yellow in my sun, because my sun dry and doesn't really looks yellow anymore. So we'll get more yellow on it, and a little bit of lightening shadows on the outside the sunset. So, and I also use the same color yellow, light yellow, for the middle of my sun shadow. Which just goes all the way to the sand line where the waves are crashed. Not today, because we have a very, very peaceful sunset, but they might crash another day. So I use a little bit highlight on the ocean from my sun. So just to kind of spread the sunshine around the ocean. Not too much. Don't like really go with that for a lot, because then it's kind of will ruin the ocean, because what happens when the colors are mixed up with each other too much, that's become like looks very dirty. Like you just use brown color, because that's what the lots of colors will be mixed with each other. That's what they will make. They will make some not pretty brown or even gray. The last thing, I just want to get a little bit brighter horizon, so that's it. Kind of make the definition of ocean and draw the line between ocean sky, because it's kind of not very obvious. I also want to get a light blue for my farther ocean. To make it less purple. Because with purple we use kind of a little bit closer to the sand part. But by the skyline, the horizon line, I want to add some blue. And just on the side here, because it seems like I didn't work enough on this side, just fix that part so that it's not going to be all white there. So we don't want the white paper color without any reason, because that's going to make your work unfinished. So we want that to be finished. Get in the habit to finish your works, even if you don't like them very much, but if you finish them, it's gonna be kind of accomplished lesson for you. So then you will see how you grow, because if you're not gonna finish your work, so it will have like really small opportunity for you to compare your works over the time when you take your art lessons with me or just practice on your own. Get in the habit to finish your work. So just like that, we're gonna finish our work today. Just little shade of the red from the sun disk, because I'm still concerned that it's not very visible. Okay, enough, it's enough. So this will be my finished work for today. I want to show you what I got, and just repeat you what we learned today. So basically, that was our first lesson. Congratulations on your accomplishment. And what we were working today, that was actually the practice with only few colors. If you notice, we had just a very simple set of colors, which is black, white, red, yellow, and blue. And if you notice, we mix a lot of different colors out of it, which is help us to deliver the picture of sunset, working on our palette and mixing colors. We mix red with blue, getting purple. We add a little bit of white in that, getting lavender. We mix yellow and red and getting orange, getting a little bit of white in that, getting lighter orange. We work with lighter yellow, which is we make lighter with the white color. And we also mix very hard color for the sand, which was red and blue and a yellow in it and white. Just give us that little bit purplish sand color. So it's always done with these few colors, and if you try and see your result, you will be very surprised that with such a little amount of colors you can accomplish such an interesting artwork with your fantasy of the sunset, like I did. You start usually with your pencil or crayons just to get the highlights for your work. Where you're gonna be the sky, where gonna be your ocean, where's gonna be the sun and clouds, and then you just take your brush and you have set of brushes which is let you mix your colors on palette, and that's usually big medium, and few little ones for details. You have palette for the mixing, you have Crayolas for beginning, and you have water to clean your brush, and a piece of tissue to wipe your brush. That's it. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you like my lesson, and see you next time.